And welcome aboard PC Pilot Training Videos. Today we're going to be talking about the landing procedures using a Cessna 172. Inbound to Lawrence, Kansas using runway 33. Anytime you come up to an airport, you always want to make sure you have the NOTAMs and the weather. And as you approach the airport, you want to decide on what kind of entry you want to do into the pattern. In this case, it's going to be roughly about a 45-degree entry into the left downwind for 33. Start doing our before landing flows using, I like to use GUMPS, G-U-M-P-S-S, is gas undercarriage, mixture, prop, switches, and safety. Kind of fits for all small aircraft. As we go through that, we're going to also be looking around for other traffic. Entering a left downwind off around 33, we'll make a radio call such as Lawrence Unicom, Cessna 172 Papa Charlie's, entering a left downwind 33 full stop Lawrence. So we'll enter on left downwind. You want to be roughly at altitude, and you want to be roughly about half to 3/4 mile away from the runway. I like to look at the wing strut on the Cessna, and about 3/4 away up the wing strut, you see the runway. At this point, we'll finish our before landing checklist. Flows are done. Now we followed up with a checklist, and now we're going to start looking to where we're going to land. Once we're across our beam or landing spot, we're going to look at reducing some of the power, holding this altitude, and in this case we're going to slow to 80 knots. And as you can see, 80 knots is in that white arc or the white line on the airspeed indicator. So as we slow down, we're going to have to use our pitch to keep our altitude. That'll help slow us down a little bit more as we pitch the nose up. Once we get into the white arc, we'll add 10 degrees of flap. And we'll hold roughly right around 80 knots. When we get about 45-degree point of our runway, we'll turn our left base, making a radio call. Lawrence traffic, Cessna 172 Papa Charlie's, turning left base 33 Lawrence. And just remember, as you add flaps, your stall speed does decrease, but also as you increase your bank angle, your stall speed increases. So let's keep our bank angles below 30 degrees and make sure we have enough airspeed, in this case right now between 75 and 80 knots. As we turn on base, I like to hold about 75 knots. Looking at our runway, looking down the final, making sure nobody's coming in straight in or on final, and we'll make our radio call. Lawrence traffic, Cessna 172 Papa Charlie's, turning final 33 Lawrence, full stop. As we turn final, you'll see that we're going to pass through the extended center line. It looks like we're going to go to the right side of the runway. We are not going to increase our bank angle to get back. We're just going to slowly keep the turn coming and just intercept the center line again. And you see the two white lights on the left side of the runway. That's your VASI. So we're a little high. We're going to add full flaps. We're also going to make sure our runway is clear. Two white lights mean you're high. Red over white, you're alright. Just remember that, red over white, you're alright. So as we approach the red over white, we may increase our power to slow our descent coming down to the runway. As we get a few feet off the runway, we're going to look all the way down the other end of the runway. We're going to slowly pull the power back and hold the nose off and just keep slowly pulling the nose up until she touches down. Now this is an uncontrolled airport with a crossing runway, and you always want to be vigilant of other traffic, so want to look around, make sure nobody's using that crossing runway. It's going to cross in front of us. Just don't assume that this is the only runway in use. And let's hold off until we do anything. Since this is a full stop landing, let's hold off until we do anything else until we're clear of the runway. Once you start flying more complex aircraft, you'll start to appreciate that discipline. So it looks like our other runway's clear. We'll just continue down and then turn left on the taxiway. Again, not doing anything else until we clear the runway. And as we clear the runway, we're going to make a radio call letting everybody else know that runway is available for use. Lawrence traffic, Cessna 172 Papa Charlie's, clearing runway 33 Lawrence. So we're going to go over completely cross the hold line. On the safety side of the hold line, a little bit more. And at this point, we'll bring the aircraft to a stop. We'll go through our after landing checklist. It may be a flow followed by a checklist. And landings do take quite a bit of practice to get them down just right. This is just procedures for your basic normal landing in a 172. And I want to thank everybody for viewing the PC Pilot Training videos. And as always, have fun and fly safe.